Welcome back to Newsmax Prime. Boston University recently released a startling new study concerning NFL players. Researchers analyzed the brains of several deceased former NFLers, revealing that 87 out of 91 had the brain condition CTE. Unfortunately, this condition can only be evaluated and tested after a player's death. Ann McKee was the director of the study. She said, quote, "People think we're blowing this out of proportion, that this is a very rare disease and that we're sensationalizing. My response is, where I sit, this is a very real disease. We had no problem identifying it in hundreds of players." Close quote. For more on this, let's turn to former NFL quarterback, broadcaster, and the founder of GoSmallBiz.com, Fran Tarkenton. Fran is also the author of the new book, The Power of Failure, Succeeding in the Age of Innovation. Obviously, Fran, we want to talk about your book as you join us from Newsmax New York tonight. But first, we've got to talk about this troubling study. Your reaction to these numbers?
Oh, it's awful, and we got to do something about it. I talked my grandson out of playing football just this year. I talked the young man of 13 years old, who's son of my housekeeper, out of playing football. It's dangerous, and it's not getting better. And the league somehow, I know they're doing a lot of things to be safer, but not enough. And there are two things. Why not have a leather helmet? I'm serious. That helmet that we have today is a weapon. It's a big, heavy weapon that people use to hurt people. The second thing, the league has got to, the Players Association has got to have better testing on performance-enhancing drugs, because what this is doing is making the players bigger, stronger, faster, and causing the collisions to be most. We have a lousy record of testing for PEDs, and these players are putting on 40 and 50 pounds of muscle that makes the contact worse than ever. And that's why we see that in this study, something like 90% of the brains, 96%, I think, had CTE. It's a horrible, horrible thing, and we need to get it under arrest. Now, you can never make it totally safe, but we can sure do a lot better than we're doing today.
You mentioned leather helmets, kind of a back-to-the-future approach, Fran. The guy who recruited me at NC State, Coach Lou Holtz, said it's real simple. Take off the face masks as well. Would you go that far to change the game? Oh,
yeah, because these people that are leading with their helmet and their face and their neck, if they have a leather helmet on with no face mask, they won't be quite as brave. We won't have these head-to-head collisions that we have today that's caused all this. Even in my era, the 60s and 70s, we didn't have near the concussions they have today. But we've acknowledged finally, after so many years of denial, that concussions cause brain damage. And we see that. This generation of player will be much worse than my generation of player, but my generation of player, they are a wreck. And we're living shorter lives, have shorter lifespans, and the ones coming up now, it's a tragedy. It's really a tragedy. It needs to be at the forefront of the NFL's plan. How do we make it safe? And we need to be dramatic in this.
And mindful
but
of
I suggest they start with the testing.
And speaking of that, we're in the 2-minute drill, to use the football vernacular. We've got 2 minutes to talk about the book. The book you have now, is there something that the NFL executives could learn from it to deal with this problem?
Well, I think we can all learn, because the only way we learn in life is through failure. We need to fail faster, own the failure, and then go. And, you know, people talk about the power of positive reinforcement, all the stuff, and you got to be positive. People are looking for a silver bullet solution. There are no silver bullet solutions. We got to be dogged determined. We got to try things and work things and learn from things. And the more we do that, the more we learn. Everybody that's had success in business, sports, medicine, research, all understand. Failure is not a bad thing. Failure is a good thing. If we're not failing, we're not trying, and we're not doing. And that's what this book's about. It's my experiences of football, business, and how I have failed often and fast and learned from the failure to have success.
People often try to apply football to life. I was told I would learn life's lessons playing the game. I think I have to a large degree. But you're saying sugarcoating, power of positive thinking, the value comes from what? Committing the mistake, the failure, and then responding and learning from it. We got about 30 seconds.
But it's trying. I don't learn from winning. I learn from failing. Because when I fail, I go back to what happened? What went wrong? When I win, I'm celebrating how good we are and how great we are. You learn from losing and failing, but it's not terminal. We can learn from it, get better, and have success.
Fran Tarkenton, author of the new book, The Power of Failure, Succeeding in the Age of Innovation. Fran, thanks for your thoughts on the big story today and also for your book. And there's more ahead. We'll be right back.